Hello everybody, this is Jeannie Phillips. I wanted to show you my 18-inch Markman Farm ADR, that stands for Adjustable Double Rake Loom. This is a regular gauge loom. These long pieces here are 18 inches a piece, and then these are the little spacer pieces where you can knit in the round. It also has these little spacers where you can make it a double-sided rake loom. This is the same gauge as the Nifty Knitter purple loom, the purple adult hat loom. I really love that gauge for bulky yarns, and I love this loom because I can make infant hats up to adult hats with this 18 inches. You can also get long spacers for the side, they come in 8, 12, 18, and 30 inches that you can space right in here. A lot of people use this loom by keeping the ends the same length, and then they just move these in. But when you do that, like if both of these were out this far, then you would have trouble reaching in and getting to these pegs. So what I do is I move one arm up this way and one arm down this way, and that way you can, I'm right-handed. If you're left-handed, you need to do it the other way. But if you're right-handed, you can get to all these pegs without any trouble at all. So that's why I do it this way, but if you prefer to do it like going in, you can do that. I'm doing this video today because somebody asked me to do it because they couldn't get it in their head, but I am going to, I'm doing a scat, which is a long scarf hat. It's long enough to wrap around your head and then fit on your head and wrap around your neck. And so what you do is you decrease it and decrease it and decrease it, and it gets thinner and thinner and thinner all the way down. Before, when I would do these, I would have to knit on a flat panel after the length of a regular hat and then sew the opening up. With this loom, I don't have to do that anymore, and I'm so excited. I'm going to show you how to decrease and then move your loom down. If you don't move your loom down, then you have like a space width of 2 pegs, and you have a bigger stitch. This way you don't have a bigger stitch, and you don't have to sew up an opening. We're going to work like this is one arm, and we're going to work like this is another arm. Since we're going to do that, since this needs to move down to this peg, and this one needs to move down to this peg, we need to empty this end peg here, and we need to empty this end peg here. And this is how I'm going to decrease my stitches. This is my beginning, I marked this as my beginning peg, and then these are an equal space apart, and I'm going to decrease 2 stitches for this round, and I'm decreasing like every 20 rounds. So I'm going to take this loop and move over here, and then on my next row, when I knit this, I will knit these 2 stitches together, and then I'm going to do this again on this other side. Well, oops, I knocked my light off. Okay, can you see? Sorry about that. I'm going to take this loop from this peg and put here. See, since you don't have the pegs on top of since you don't have the bumps on top of the pegs, it's really easy to move your stitches over. That's another reason I love this loom. If my decreasing peg was down here and I'd move this stitch over to here, I would keep needing to move my stitches over one peg until this was the free peg. Okay? Now what we're going to do is I'm going to, okay, when you set up your Markman Farm loom, it talks about, it's got little spacer washers, I think they're called washers, that go right, there's supposed to be one here, one here, one here, and one here. But when I'm on decrease, I put both my spacers on the outside, because that way I don't have to deal with them when I'm moving this. Okay, I'm going to unroll this, my little washers out, unroll this one. Sorry, I didn't have a hold of it right. And take my little washers out. Okay, I'm not having to move this one all the way out just because this is where I'm going to move this one down. I have to move this one out, take this one all the way out. Okay, now can you see? Okay, I'm going to move this in a peg this way and in a peg this way. Okay, and the stitches are holding it on. So I'm going to put this back in. It's easier to do when I'm not reaching around my tripod for my camera. Okay, put my washers back in. And then I'm going to slide this one back on, lined up with that next peg down, right here. I'm going to tighten it up. Okay, now, make sure I have these straight. There we go. Now I have created my decrease. I've created my decrease. When I knit this next row, then I'm going to knit these 2 stitches together, and I'm going to knit these 2 stitches together. Right here, I've marked it right above here. Let me see if I can get it where you can see it. Right above here was my last decrease, and these 2 stitches right here, they turn into one right here. Unless you really look for it, or unless you're just, you know, unless you're a knitter, you can't really see it. And that's how I do it. You can get these Markman Farm looms come in 4 lengths. Okay, they come in the 8, 12, 18, and 30-inch lengths, I'm believing, and they come in 4 sizes. There's the regular gauge, the half gauge, which is a 1/2 inch apart, the small gauge, which is 3/8 inch, and the fine gauge, which is a 1/4 inch apart. They're wonderful looms. I love them. They're good quality. You can get them at markmanfarm.com. If you have any questions about any of her looms, you can find Lynn Markman on Facebook, or you can email her from her site. She's wonderfully sweet and kind, and she just will answer any of your questions. I really like that I can use this loom to make any size hat. I can use this loom to work on a flat panel. I've got 2 18-inch pieces that'll fit here on the ends, and it'll make me a big square that's like 72 inches worth of pegs to knit like a blanket. This is just, I can't say enough about this loom. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you found it helpful, and I pray that God blesses your day. I pray that God blesses your knitting. I pray that you have just a wonderful life, and I just thank you so much for taking time to see what I'm doing, because I love it so much. Have a good day.